Rashad Evans, we haven't seen you in a while, obviously with the ACL injury. How goes the battle?
It goes pretty well. You know, the thing with the injury like this is just, it's a steady, got to stay on it, but then don't overdo it at the same time. That's the part that becomes hard, is when you're not trying to overdo it, because you start to feel better, but then you don't want to get hurt doing it along the way.
We've seen guys in the sport have ACL injuries, and they're obviously gone for quite some time, whether it's George St. Pierre, Carlos Condit, now yourself. Have you forecasted a time frame for your return?
You know, I want to return in February. At first I was saying December, but then now I'm just like, you know what? I want to make sure I do it right, and I want to make sure that I don't hurt myself in any other area trying to compensate for my knee. So I'm just going to take my time.
The division continually changes every day, from John Jones taking on Alexander Gustafsson. Gustafsson's out, Cormier steps in, John gets injured. AJ, your training partner, is doing fantastic. I mean, so many things have changed since you last competed.
It will probably change even more when I actually do compete. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's the landscape of the UFC. But that's what makes it exciting at the same time, because there are no exacts. You know what I'm saying? There are no set things that's going to happen. Anything can happen. That's what makes everything so fun to watch and so hopeful as a competitor, because maybe it might be my shot.
I was going to say, your shot. Do you ever sit there sometimes and see when a guy gets, everyone's blessed when they get some fame and things are changing, but you feel like they're stepping on your toes to get above you in the rankings, and it's like, hey man, I'm still here.
I try to not to pay attention to the rankings, because the hardest thing in the world is to really start putting stock into those rankings, and then you move up a spot or two, or you move down, then you start getting in your feelings, you start feeling bad about yourself, and then you're making more than what it really is. The truth of the matter is, when you go out there, the proof is in the pudding. You go out there, you put on a good performance, no matter what your ranking is, you're going to be at the top when they see how you do that work. So it don't even matter.
What's the message you have for those that have forgotten about Rashad Evans?
For those who forgot about me, they'll be reminded very soon when I get back, I am still, as Roy Jones would say, at the top of my game.
One of the questions I get asked on the radio show, why not pit Rashad Evans versus Anthony Johnson? And I said, this is not going to happen, guys. You need to, unless they get into a fight in the gym, this is not going to happen. What answer do you have for those folks?
It's not going to happen. Me and AJ's been together since the Black Zanes formed, and we've been #1 training partners since then. It's going on 4 years now, almost. And that's a hard thing to break up, because I was there with him when he was going through that tough time in his career, and and he was there when I was going through my tough time in my career. So when you're there for each other, and when everybody seems to just kind of, those guys are done, they're washed up, and then he rises to where he risen from, and then I'm coming back and I'm gonna rise again. That means a lot. And when you have that much growth as training partners, as friends, that bond is hard to break up for any kind of money in the world.
And what if Dana goes public and says, I'll make them fight, I'll make it worth their time?
I'll say, Dana, I love you, but there's no way in hell you're gonna make this fight happen.
What did your mom, or what would your mama say to DC and John Jones after she saw what they did?
Rashad, now I was watching DC and John Jones, and Rashad, I just don't understand why, Rashad. Why do they gotta go and do that, Rashad? See, John know he shouldn't have jumped on that boy like that, and DC, he gonna throw a shoe at the end. Rashad, that's not what y'all want to be looked at. It's all over the news. Rashad, I was just embarrassed. Rashad, you better not do nothing like that.